Good evening. This is the news at 6. I'm Ishan Russell. The news at 6, of course, is a half an hour of all the big developments that have happened through the day. The two big developments that happened today were, of course, the interest rate cut by the RBI and also the big announcement in Delhi as far as the BJP is concerned. Kiran Bedi joining the BJP. We'll be talking about that on more over the next half hour. But first, the headlines we're tracking right now. The RBI springs a surprise with an unscheduled 25 basis cut in interest rates. Its first reduction since May 2013. Banks show signs of following suit with interest rate cuts. Former IPS officer Kiran Bedi joins the BJP to contest Delhi Assembly elections. No word yet on whether she'll be the party's chief minister face. Army warns of nearly 200 militants waiting to infiltrate into India on the other side of the Indo-Pak border in Jammu and Kashmir. Security forces gunned down more militants in the valley in an encounter. And the Pakistan government has decided to ban the Jamaat-ud-Dawa and the Haqqani network, according to reports. Ban to come after pressure from the US to act against terror. All right, a top story tonight. In a move that surprised and cheered the markets, the RBI on Thursday announced a 25 basis point reduction in interest rates. More significantly, it signaled more cuts amid signs of cooling inflation. On its part, the government welcomed the development while calling it a positive development for its efforts to achieve economic growth without stoking inflation.
After resisting persistent demands from the industry and the government for 18 months, the Reserve Bank cut interest rates by 0.25% on Thursday. An RBI statement said the bank was cutting policy repo rate under the Liquidity Adjustment Facility by 25 basis points from 8% to 7.75% with immediate effect.
The reduction in the rates is a positive development. It will lead to more money in the hands of the consumer, greater spending. It's positive for the Indian economy.
The move immediately sent markets soaring, with the BSE benchmark Sensex surging over 800 points in intraday trading. And amid high expectations of impending lower EMIs for home and auto loans, United Bank of India said it would cut its base rate by 25 basis points to 10% from 1st February.
Both spending by firms and by consumers will increase, and therefore this is it will also act directly and indirectly. Directly because it'll be easier for the credit system to flow. There'll be more demand for credit. Banks' position will be better, and also indirectly because the balance sheet of the private sector and the banks will also improve.
The cut in the repo rate comes a fortnight ahead of the slated monetary policy review on 3rd February, apparently on the back of a softening inflation. It also follows a commitment of the government to stick to the fiscal deficit target of 4.1% of the GDP in the current financial year.
The fact that the rate cuts have happened at this time when economic momentum is picking up and when disinflationary pressures are as strong as they are, I think are a strong indication that the economic cycle has dramatically turned, that this is an inflection point, and that what we're working towards with is dramatic and accelerating growth is starting to emerge.
The bank reduced the repo rate last in May 2013 when it cut the rate from 7.5% to 7.25%. Ever since, rates have been going up and remained at 8% since January 2014. The State Bank of India and ICICI Bank said Thursday's rate cut showed that there was more scope for interest rate cuts. Bureau Report, Rajya TV.
An Indian industry, of course, greeted the RBI announcement while expressing hope that the rate cut will not only propel investment demand and spur spending in rate-sensitive consumer durables, but also boost construction activity.
Very welcome move, pleasant surprise. This is just ahead of RBI meet, which was scheduled to have taken place in first week of February. It's now in, and the near-term and long-term outlook for inflation looks quite rosy.
Very, very welcome step, a step that everybody was waiting for. So, and also I would think this is the beginning of some more cuts to take.
रिजर्व बैंक के रेपो रेट कम करने से एक अच्छे संकेत हैं और मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में सरकार बहुत अच्छा काम कर रही है और इसके लिए रिजर्व बैंक ऑफ इंडिया ने भी कहीं ना कहीं उसकी प्रशंसा की।
I think this is something which has been in the coming for a long time. I must appreciate the independence and the autonomy of the RBI.
All right, and to help us understand what this rate cut really means, we have with us Madhavan Narayanan. He is a senior associate editor at the Hindustan Times. Thank you very much for coming in, sir. Very simply, I mean, what does it mean for the macroeconomic picture? How fast can we see growth accelerating, as all the experts and the ministers you heard over there saying? And what does it mean for you and me in terms of, do we get more money in our pockets?
Yeah, well, to start with, there is a case for more money in your pocket, assuming that the banks, as United Bank seems to have indicated today, but if other banks also follow suit, it, in very simple terms, it means your EMIs for, say, home loans or auto loans will come down. But, you know, by and large, this interest rate cut should be looked at first as symbolic of what Minister of State for Finance Jayant Sinha called an inflection point, which means that since 2000, after 2013, we haven't had a rate cut. And then even before that, there was a lot of tensions in the economy because of the world economic crisis after the Wall Street collapse. So this, in a sense, marks the final scene of a sad movie, in that sense, so that we can go towards a happier song, hopefully. That's a turning point bit. And the good news is that some of the EMI cuts will help the ordinary consumers. But going forward, the same rate cut will also help industries grow or come into investing funds which they had held back because the loans were becoming too costly.
Right.
So that investment will kick into the economy. But it must be mentioned that it will take time for the investments to actually come into the economy and then translate as growth, because this is a slower process.
Right.
Industrial investment and the way it creates demand, the way it generates and carries on the growth impulses is slower than you think. And also, there have been some people who are saying that it will take a while for the rate cuts to play out because we need more rate cuts than this for the growth.
Right,
to
and
really
I wanted that to be my next question precisely, because the RBI, this was an out-of-turn rate cut, so can we expect the RBI to do more? I mean, inflation, it seemingly seems to be under control to a certain extent.
That's right. Inflation is under control, and the most important point to remember is that global oil prices have fallen to 5-year lows. I mean, what was the benchmark crude, which was around 110 or more dollars per barrel, is now down to 45, 50 levels. So that's a huge bonus, what some people call the Achhe Tare for Prime Minister Narendra Modi, rather than, which helps the Achhe Din or the good days. So this fall in oil prices will have a knock-on effect on everything from vegetable prices to transport costs, because transport costs have an across-the-board impact. That will lower inflation. That means the potential for further rate cuts and cheaper loans is increased. So that is definitely a factor, and that's what has triggered the optimism in RBI. Let me also add that Raghuram Rajan has very clearly said that he is not going to go by this conventional rule of cutting rates at every policy review meeting. So today's cut, for instance, was unscheduled. So he has actually on record said that he can surprise you anytime and any which way you like. So assuming that the inflation fall carries on its course, we can get more of a rate cut, but some of them, some analysts say that it's going to be just about a percentage or a point or two lower, but still it's good for the economy, but there's going to be a lot more money in the pockets of consumers.
All right, my final question to you would be, I mean, does this start the big ticket announcements, even from the government's end now, because when we are heading into a time, the budget is about to come, and the economic agenda of the government certainly was stalled a bit during the winter session of Parliament. So can we see a lot more economic impetus and things, other things happening in the same lines?
Yeah, it's a good question, but I would like you to mention, remember that, the government's budget is going to be a very important one, not only for the economy, because some of the policy measures, whether it's coal or spectrum or delicensing or whatever, FDI, there are a lot of, and disinvestment, a lot of things have to play out in the economy. So the ball is in that way Arun Jaitley's court in some respect. And the other thing, we also have to look for the global economy and how it does. European economy is down, US economy might see its own rate increases, everything will play out. The basic as some people call it, there's a fairy tale scenario for India because Chinese growth rate seems to be somewhat slowing. And the World Bank said 2 days ago that India's rate will catch up with China or surpass in about 3 years from now. So we seem to be heading towards this scenario, but there will be some episodes in which a lot of adjustments will be coming down the line.
All right, so we'll keep a track of those adjustments. But thank you very much, Mr. Madhavan Narayan, for coming in and explaining the nuances of this RBI rate cut to us.
Thank you.
All right, we'll take a very quick break right now, but on the other side, we'll be talking about the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party war of words on power discom that's intensified. What exactly is happening on the other side? Welcome back. You're watching the news at 6. Now on to the big political story of the day. A huge shot in the arm for the BJP today, with former IPS officer Kiran Bedi joining the party. Party President Amit Shah, who made the announcement, also confirmed that Bedi would contest the Delhi polls. Now, whether she'll be the party's chief minister candidate, though, it's not official yet.
The political fever in Delhi heightened on Wednesday amid an ongoing slugfest between the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party. It seems the Saffron Brigade has got its answer to Arvind Kejriwal. The party inducted former IPS officer Kiran Bedi into its fold, hopeful that her image and experience will work wonders.
आने वाले दिनों में दिल्ली का चुनावी जंग और उसके बाद में दिल्ली की नई बनी हुई सरकार दोनों जनता की अपेक्षा पर ठीक से खरे उतरे, इसके लिए किरण जी का रचनात्मक योगदान भारतीय जनता पार्टी को बहुत काम आएगा.
Finance Minister Arun Jaitley, who was also present at the function, said Bedi's entry will strengthen the party's ranks in the national capital.
भारतीय जनता पार्टी को ऐसे अनुभवी और विश्वसनीय व्यक्ति के साथ शामिल होने से काफी शक्ति और ताकत मिलेगी.
Bedi thanked party leaders, saying her plunge into politics was inspired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
ये उनकी इंस्पिरेशनल लीडरशिप बहुत सारे भारतीयों को बदल रहा है, और अब मेरे जैसे व्यक्ति को अगर आज बदला है तो मैं समझती हूँ करोड़ों बदल चुके होंगे. एक नया विश्वास जो मई के बाद जागा है, मई के बाद एक एब्सोल्युटली आउटस्टैंडिंग है. एक जो रिवाइवल ऑफ होप हुई है, ये एक यूनिक है.
Speculations about BJP fielding Bedi as its chief ministerial candidate had been going on for more than a year. And now speculation is rife that the party will field her in a direct contest against her former colleague Arvind Kejriwal. Reports also suggest former Aam Aadmi Party member Shazia Ilmi and former Samajwadi Party member Jaya Prada could also be joining the BJP ranks very soon. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
And our correspondent Shyam Sundar has been keeping a track of all those developments happening across Delhi in the political circles, and he was there at the press conference. So, Shyam, the BJP bigwigs really turned out to welcome Kiran Bedi, and she'll be contesting the Delhi polls for the party, but not yet the official chief ministerial candidate. What's the political thinking in the BJP's mind? What's the strategy as far as Kiran Bedi is concerned?
Well, BJP officially is not declaring Kiran Bedi as their chief ministerial candidate, and Amit Shah said that parliamentary board will decide who will be the chief ministerial candidate for BJP. But the kind of treatment Kiran Bedi got in BJP at the time of joining, she met Prime Minister Narendra Modi with President Amit Shah, and then at the time of joining in BJP office, Finance Minister Arun Jaitley was present at the dais, and the way Amit Shah talked about Kiran Bedi and the way Finance Minister Arun Jaitley praised her experience and talked about Kiran Bedi, and Kiran Bedi herself talked about her long administrative experience, and she said that Delhi needs a stable government and clean government, corruption-free government, and she will be trying her best to bring BJP in power in Delhi, and they will be giving a corruption-free government in the Delhi. So the indications are very, very clear that Kiran Bedi is going to be face of BJP in Delhi, and she has an important role to play in coming elections.
All right, so Kiran Bedi is the new entrant into the politics of Delhi. Shyam, because do stay on with us. Let's talk about the older entrants that she'll be be combating over there, and not just from the Aam Aadmi Party, of course, her own party as well. Unfazed by the threat of the defamation case, the Aam Aadmi Party convener Arvind Kejriwal has stepped up his attacks on Delhi BJP chief Satish Upadhyay. Now, Kejriwal said that he will present fresh evidence on his nexus with power discoms in Delhi. Meanwhile, the BJP moved the Election Commission today to lodge a complaint against the former chief minister.
The tussle between BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party got more intense on Thursday, a day after Aam Aadmi Party convener Arvind Kejriwal accused the party's Delhi chief Satish Upadhyay of being hand in glove with power discoms. The Aam Aadmi Party decided to step up the attack on Upadhyay, threatening to expose him with more revelations. Kejriwal dared Upadhyay despite a threat of defamation case being slapped on him.
उनको अपना स्किन तो सेव करना है ना, क्या कहें? अब वो यही कहेंगे मैं अरविंद केजरीवाल के खिलाफ डिफेमेशन करूंगा, यही कह सकते हैं और कुछ कह ही नहीं सकते.
The BJP is unfazed by more threats from the Aam Aadmi Party. The party moved Election Commission against Kejriwal, demanding strict action against him for allegedly making baseless charges against its chief in Delhi.
अरविंद केजरीवाल जी अपनी गिरबान में झांके पहले. आई एम सॉरी टू से कि उन्होंने कितनी बात की और कितनी बात पलटी है.
अपनी और आकर्षित करने के लिए ये वो एक तरह के पैम्पर्ड चाइल्ड है. जैसे ही उनकी तरफ से ध्यान हटता है लोगों का, तो वो कुछ ना कुछ ऐसा करना चाहते हैं जिससे सबका ध्यान उनकी ओर आकर्षित हो. तो एक पैम्पर्ड चाइल्ड की तरह व्यवहार करना बंद करें और एक सीरियस पॉलिटिशियन की तरह जनता के सामने अपने विकास के एजेंडे को लेकर के आए.
On Wednesday, Kejriwal had alleged Upadhyay owned 6 companies, one of which had 2 VAT numbers, which is against the law. The Aam Aadmi Party also alleged that BJP had been dilly-dallying over its promise of slashing electricity tariff by 30% in Delhi. But it did not criticize the firms when the CAG had complained that the discoms did not furnish details of their finances. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
And correspondent Sham Sundar has been keeping a track of all these developments that have been happening in the political circles of Delhi. And Sham, we've talked about Kiran Bedi. Now let's talk about the battle that Kiran Bedi perhaps will have to face in Delhi. Would she be facing off against Arvind Kejriwal? And how does the BJP had a lot of senior leaders, so to say, in Delhi. I mean, there was Harshvardhan, there was Vijay Goel, Vijender Gupta we saw in our package. So, I mean, it's not like the BJP didn't have any leaders. How does she deal with all these different circumstances?
Well, as far as seat for Kiran Bedi is concerned, BJP said that seat is not decided, but will not be surprised if she is pitched against Mr. Arvind Kejriwal from New Delhi Assembly seat. As far as other BJP leaders are concerned, there is a direct fight between Aam Aadmi Party and BJP in Delhi, and Arvind Kejriwal does not have a stereotype image of a politician. He is known as more an activist. He conducts himself even today. He conducts himself as an activist. He doesn't behave like seasoned politicians or the politicians we know. So it was easy for Arvind Kejriwal to discredit any established politician, and he has done this in past also. In last elections, we have seen the way he defeated Sheila Dikshit, and he accused her of corruption, and he tarnished her image, though she was ruling Delhi for 15 years, and many say that she has done wonderful things in Delhi. So still he was able to defeat Sheila Dikshit, and the way he has accused Mr. Satish Upadhyay and Ashish Sood, the two senior leaders of Delhi BJP. So in Kiran Bedi, now it will be slightly difficult for Aam Aadmi Party, and we have to see how they are going to counter Kiran Bedi if she is going to lead the campaign for BJP in Delhi. So that ways it will be quite interesting to see, and of course there may be some heartburn in the BJP also. There are many senior leaders in Delhi BJP. They were hoping that they will get an important role in these elections.
All right, Sham, we'll leave it over there. Thanks very much. And Sham, of course, will be keeping a track of all those developments, the political developments, the big ones that are happening in Delhi. And the other political development that happened in Delhi is that the Bahujan Samajwadi Party is out to field all candidates for the 70 seats over here in the Assembly. Now, BSP Supremo Mayawati, who is celebrating her 59th birthday today, made the announcement as she kicked off campaigning for her party. Mayawati hit out at the BJP, saying it would now mislead the people of Delhi after false promises of Achhe Din in the Lok Sabha polls. She also reached out to minorities and Dalits, saying that neither the BJP nor the Aam Aadmi Party would get them their rightful place in education and jobs. Mayawati urged the people of Delhi to vote intelligently.
यहाँ बीजेपी, आम आदमी पार्टी व कांग्रेस पार्टी आदि की इस समय दिल्ली में विधानसभा के हो रहे आम चुनाव में इनकी किस्म किस्म की चल रही प्रलोभन भरी हवाई बयानबाजी व ड्रामेबाजी आदि के बहकावे में कतई भी नहीं आना है और अब इन्हें काफी सूझबूझ से अपने सभी हितों को ध्यान में रखकर अपना वोट अपनी सही पार्टी बीएसपी को ही देना है।
Some other political news now. Amid reports of dilly-dallying and delaying on the formation of the Janata Parivar, member parties have come forward to reassure that all is well. The RJD, the JDU and the Samajwadi Party say a consensus has already been reached, and the claim a formal announcement has been delayed only by a few pending formalities.
As reports of SP boss Mulayam Singh Yadav's reservations on a Janata Parivar umbrella outfit do the rounds, members come out to reject rumours. The Rashtriya Janata Dal and Janata Dal United rubbish word that only these two parties would come together initially.
इसके लिए एक व्यक्ति अद्वितीय था ना, माननीय मुलायम सिंह यादव। मतलब मर्जर या जो भी करना है फिर हम लोग बिखरे नहीं, है ना? हड़बड़ का काम गड़बड़ हो जाता है।
The Janata Dal United claims there's nothing in reports of differences having cropped up even before the merger is announced. Its leaders even saying only the name and symbol for the new alliance remain to be worked out. The JDU also sets aside rumours of removal of Bihar Chief Minister Jitan Ram Manjhi, but it kept a window open on the matter, saying the JDU government would not be affected even if he was.
बीजेपी के लिए प्रसन्न होने की कोई खबर नहीं है। जनता दल यू, आरजेडी और कांग्रेस पार्टी को मिलाकर के हमारा बहुमत से भी ज़्यादा ऊपर आंकड़ा है। श्री जीतन राम मांझी को बदलने के लिए पार्टी के राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष और श्री लालू प्रसाद यादव ने इनकार किया है। ये बीजेपी की जो रूमर मैंगरिंग फैक्ट्री है, ये उसकी उपज है। ऐसा कोई एजेंडा फिलहाल हमारे सामने नहीं है।
Samajwadi Party chief Mulayam Singh Yadav has been showing subtle reluctance regarding mergers into the proposed Janata Parivar, including that of his own party. But officially, the party denies this is the case, insisting merger efforts are underway on the ground. Shyam Sundar's report for Rajya Sabha Television.
Now, over 200 terrorists could be waiting to cross the Jammu and Kashmir border, ready to infiltrate into India. That's the shocking warning given out by a top army commander today as counter-infiltration and security measures hit a new pitch ahead of US President Barack Obama's visit to India later this month.
तकरीबन 200 मिलिटेंट्स जो है लॉन्च पैड और ट्रेनिंग कैंप के बीच में जो घूम रहे हैं, ये कोशिश करते हुए कि कब मौका मिले इनको इन्फिल्ट्रेशन के लिए।
The assessment sends out a wave of concern. Police took on militants in the valley first on Wednesday, then again on Thursday in armed encounters. On Wednesday, an LET commander was shot dead. A day later, 2 terrorists have been killed in Shopian. More are suspected holed up inside huts. In Kaddar forest area, cordon and search operations are underway after information of terrorists in the area. The army assures that the most acute counter-infiltration measures are firmly in place.
As the army chief said yesterday, I would like to reiterate that terrorist infrastructure in POK is intact. Any organization of this kind will definitely have the capacity to strike at certain places, which we'll take care of, and the response will be very, very lethal.
Not far away in Surankot, also in the Kashmir Valley, Police and Special Operations Group have seized a massive cache of arms and ammunition. Search action is to continue on warnings of more threatening material.
ये तकरीबन 3-4 दिन हमारे पास एक स्पेसिफिक इनपुट आया। उस इनपुट में जो स्पेसिफिक इंडिकेशन थी वो एक पर्टिकुलर प्लेस की थी कि वहाँ पे आर्म्स एम्यूनिशन और एक्सप्लोजिव्स का हॉल है, अलॉन्ग विद सस्पेक्टेड टेररिस्ट मूवमेंट भी है।
Security experts point the finger squarely at Pakistan.
ये एनकाउंटर चलते रहेंगे, इसके 2-3 मुख्य कारण हैं। एक तो जॉन कैरी साहब जब आए थे हिंदुस्तान में अभी कुछ दिन पहले, तारिक अजीज से उनसे बात हुई थी कि आप टेररिज्म को कंट्रोल करिए। तो तारिक अजीज साहब ने कहा था कि हमारे गुड टेररिस्ट हैं, हम उनको टच नहीं करेंगे और कश्मीर हमारा मुद्दा बना रहेगा।
Ahead of US President Barack Obama's India visit for Republic Day, terror warnings have been sounded for army camps, highways, civilian areas and even schools. Security is to go up manifold in the run-up. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha Television.
The government convened a high-level meeting today to discuss strengthening of maritime and coastal security against threats from the sea. The meeting took place almost a fortnight after a Pakistani fishing boat blew up off the Gujarat coast with 4 suspected terrorists on board. The National Committee for Strengthening Maritime and Coastal Security, headed by Cabinet Secretary Ajit Seth, will meet to discuss how to monitor movement of boats and ships in the seas and chalk out strategies to detect suspicious vessels related to terror and smuggling. The meeting will also discuss how to deal with crimes committed in international waters. It is expected to give guidelines on security of minor and non-operational ports and involvement of state governments in their security. The members of the committee set up post the Mumbai attacks in November 2008 include secretaries of the Ministries of Home, Defence, Shipping, Petroleum, Agriculture and Fisheries, Navy Chief and Chiefs of Intelligence Services. Now, reports say Pakistan has decided to ban terror outfits the Jamaat-ud-Dawa and Afghan-based Haqqani network. The reported move comes in the backdrop of US pressure on Pakistan to act against terror networks. The Nawaz Sharif government is expected to ban 8 more groups in the coming days. India has for a long time been demanding a ban on Hafiz Saeed-led JUD, which is accused of masterminding the 2008 Mumbai terror attacks. Both New Delhi and Washington have long considered the Jamaat-ud-Dawa as a front for the Lashkar-e-Toiba terror outfit. On Tuesday, as US Secretary of State John Kerry asked Pakistan to target all terror outfits, the US had designated Mullah Fazlullah, chief of the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, a global terrorist and slapped sanctions on him. With this latest addition, the number of proscribed outfits in Pakistan will reach 72.
This particular announcement was expected and is actually a natural culmination of Secretary of State John Kerry's visit to Pakistan, during which he announced a large aid to Pakistan. And I think this must have been one of the quid pro quos. But this shows that at least as far as western borders are concerned, Pakistan is serious as far as eradication of all radical outfits are concerned.
Now, Home Minister Rajnath Singh has denied any political pressure on the Delhi police in connection with investigations in the Sunanda Pushkar murder case. Rajnath Singh said police was conducting a fair and impartial probe in the case. Shashi Tharoor had recently demanded a speedy investigation without any political pressure on the investigators. Meanwhile, reports say the police is probing the movements of Shashi Tharoor before his wife Sunanda was found dead. Tharoor is likely to be questioned sometime this week. Well, that's it from Ask It Bye.